So what's up, buddy?
Just got home from LA. Little quick hit and run down there to see my daughter.
Yeah. How's Carly doing?
She's good. She's good. She's a little hustler.
Is she? Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking altogether.
Yeah,
Was it
we.
shitty getting in there? Was LA just packed or was it
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Did a little bit of tourist shit and hung out with her. Got some quality time.
yeah.
Went to the Viper Room. Saw a couple bands.
Who'd you see?
And I don't even know.
The Viper Room, huh?
Yeah.
What's that
Yeah,
place like
classic.
now?
It's dingy. It's dingy. It's probably got all the original paint and carpet from when Johnny Depp bought it in '93.
I loved that
But
place.
yeah, it's cool, man. It's gritty and has a ton of character and a ton of characters inside. And saw a really good band with a female lead singer and then a really shitty ska trio that I didn't love. But
How
a lot of
big is
music.
that place? I haven't been there since like '93. These girls from SC used to always, of course, I was the guy with the car, so they'd get me to drive them up there. And the doorman was this huge black guy, and for some reason he recognized me as somebody who was important, but I wasn't. And he'd always like rope me in under the ropes and be like, "Hey, man, you're in." I just go.
Nice.
I had no, like to this day, I have no idea who he thinks I was.
That's a good guy to know.
I just played it off.
Yeah, as you should.
Totally.
We went to the Getty Museum on Sunday.
Is it the
That
car
place
museum?
is- No,
What is
it's
the Getty Museum?
it's incredible. You got to look it up. It is insane. It's right off the 405, kind of just outside Brentwood,
Uh-huh.
and they bought like 100 and some acres in the 80s after he died in the 70s.
Hey there,
And
folks. Scottsdale Travel Chick site.
it is just incredible.
Is that it?
Yeah, look at that thing.
What the hell's in
It,
it? Like, what is it?
everything. And master works from all the greatest artists. He's got statues.
Oh, okay. I think I know what this is.
Yeah, he's got statues and
An old rich white
carvings.
guy who just bought all kinds of cool shit, and now all
Yeah,
the stuff he bought is.
artifacts and statues.
How long did it take you to
He's
go to
a
that place?
nut, man.
He was the first
he,
person to be
he
valued at more
was,
than $1 billion.
yeah, in the 50s,
Is that an oil field in LA? Do you know they
probably.
pump oil out of the ground all over Los Angeles?
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's just hidden. They have like some of those oil rigs inside buildings.
yeah.
That's
Have you seen the
crazy.
ones right off the shore at Long Beach?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they've got rigs right off the shore at Long Beach, and because it was such an eyesore, they hired Disney Imagineers, they call them, to make them pretty and make them look like tropical Art Deco islands just right off the shore, like half a mile off the shore of Long Beach.
That's so
So it
crazy.
wasn't just this big industrial eyesore.
Have you ever checked out the tar pits? You ever go to the La Brea tar
Oh,
pits?
yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. Yeah. It's got more fossils than any one spot in the world. It's crazy.
No shit. I
Yeah.
did not know anything about the freaking fossils.
Yeah, because it waterproofed the ground. So anytime it rained, it would catch all the rain. So all the animals would come down to get water, get stuck in the tar,
And then they'd all
and
die in the tar.
predators the predators would come to try and get the easy pickings, and then they'd get stuck in the tar, and then scavengers would come to eat all of it, and they'd get stuck in the tar, and it's just this
It's like one big sticky shit show of death.
Graveyard. Yeah.
That's nuts. Who would have known LA has so much interesting shit and they just covered it all up?
Yeah, paved it.
That's funny shit. So you got to get a colonoscopy here pretty soon, huh?
I got mine.
You did get yours?
Yeah.
Did you get drugged?
I am that age. What?
Did you get drugs or like?
You froze.
You froze too.
Oh, yeah.
You did it with drugs?
Yeah, I did the whole Michael Jackson. Yeah, I did the Michael Jackson propofol deal. I can see why he got addicted to that shit. It's like the most restful sleep ever.
Does it hit you instantly?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the anesthesiologist, does the countdown and you're out cold before you say 6.
That's what they gave Brody when they had to MRI his head when he was like 1.
Oof.
Yeah, the
That's
doctor
scary.
says don't look into their eyes. And you think, okay, how do you not look into your kid's eyes? And then as soon as they give him the drug, you figure out why you don't want to look into their eyes. Because they die.
They just roll back.
No,
Oh,
they just
God.
go. I mean, they're still there, but it's just they're just off. It's like looking at a dead person. Yeah, it's scary.
Right.
So you got
That's
to go
scary.
like fully drugged up, and
Oh yeah.
did you have a hot chick who like got to help do it, or was it like?
I don't know. I was out cold, but
Oh, you were out cold.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know,
I thought they
full
just
on-
kind of like loopy you up a little bit.
Oh no, knocked out cold, like the full Michael Jackson propofol. And the worst part is the prep. Obviously, the prep is brutal. And then the second worst part is my admitting nurse was super hot, and you have to describe your last 24 hours of just terror on the toilet, and your last shit, the color, the consistency,
Do you
the
have
frequency.
to like? Did they give you a bunch of stuff to eat and drink, and then like
Just to
describe
drink.
everything that? Oh, to drink.
Yeah. And it didn't taste that bad when you cut it with Gatorade.
What
I
is
was able to get it down.
Do you
but
know what
then
it is?
No, but it's what everybody gets when they do it.
And what, it makes you
you
just shit your brains out for 24 hours?
Yeah, I lost 8 pounds in like
In
18
24 hours?
less than. Yeah, because I cheated and had like one big last meal,
Oh my God, dude.
which just made the whole event that much more brutal.
I couldn't do it. Like, my doctor gave me the alternative to doing that, which was they send you a box
I've seen the ads. Yeah.
about this big, and it's got all these instructions, step 1, 2, 3, 4, and all these pictures. It's kind of like an emergency exit row card in a plane where they try to make it so you don't really have to read it. You just can like look at the pictures.
They're like pictograms of someone shitting in a bag.
There is. It has all these like, oh, don't do this and don't do this, and it was different. I mean, you have to drop one in the big cup. And I mean, because you don't get to like kind of choose. I mean, I don't know about you, but at my age, I like have dreams of just a good morning shit. It's like they don't just come anymore. It's like you don't get to like every day just kind of, yep, there's the morning dump. And so you don't get to choose what size it is. Just
Do
so
they require a specific amount or consistency?
no, they don't say like what, like how much or how little. They just say do it. Empty, then there's like this solution, which I think is just like a sterile solution that kind of is supposed to immerse it, and then you seal it tight, tape it shut. And unfortunately for me, kind of a double-edged sword this day, happened to have a great one that day. Thought I was going to fill her up. I literally pictured myself like I actually brought a putty knife into the bathroom with me just in case, and I thought I was going to have to like scrape the sides and wash it off, but I got away with that.
I hope you destroyed that fucking putty knife.
No, I didn't have to use the putty knife. The putty knife just stayed on the counter next to me just in case, but I brought in all the extras like the putty knife, paper towels, wet wipes, the whole 9 yards.
Can you imagine working at that lab?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh my God.
The second I screwed the lid on that and I kind of set it on the counter, and I remember just kind of, taking a breath and looking at it like, wow.
Oh.
Who opens those things up? Like, hey, honey, I got to go back in and go to work, and just, okay.
Oh my God.
I know.
That's brutal.
Getting old sucks, man.
Oh,
sucks.
The worst.
But anyway, what do you do? I guess I'm going to hold off on doing the actual, but I didn't know you go like full under anesthesia. Now that I know it's like they knock you out.
Yeah, that's great.
I'll take a free half day of anesthesia.
Yeah.
So you're good for how long now?
There's no red flags, so I'm good for 10 years.
Oh, really?
If there's red flags or family history, I think they want you back every 5.
Yeah. I'm going to just continue avoiding as long as I can.
Ignorance is bliss.
What do you say? What do you say? So, did you fly Alaska Airlines on the way down back?
I did, yeah.
Was anybody sitting in the exit row next to the door plugs?
Yeah. There was a full flight both ways. And
well, I guess they didn't have any of the 800s or the 900s in service that have the door plugs out. I can't believe how much like Boeing and dude, they're getting screwed right now.
It might be time to buy their stock.
Their stock price hasn't gotten crushed as bad as you would think, which I think is kind of interesting, actually.
What about Alaska's?
No, Alaska's been doing great. Alaska's a phenomenal. Alaska's like actually one of the airlines that makes money on a regular basis.
Nice. They got a lot of mine this weekend. And I did just get an email from them saying that all of their routes, all their flights are all back on schedule. No more cancellations. Everything's up and running. So I don't know how they're doing that, but that's what they said.
So check this out. Oh, that's not the right one. See if I can make this work. You can kind of see it. So this is Boeing's stock price movement over the last, 20 days. I mean, slam, back up, slam, little climb out of the basement, and then who knows what's next.
Yeah. Seem to be riding high.
Yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of shit out there is looking, it's not our era, it's not our childhood years, that's for damn sure. It was a lot more fun in the late 80s and early 90s. This is bullshit.
Yeah. Free range 80s kids, we had it the best.
Dude, I I don't think there's any question that if you were, late 80s, early 90s and spent a lot of your younger formative years just screwing off, there wasn't a better time to do it.
Yeah.
The kids today are just getting screwed.
Yeah. They don't even know how to make mischief other than online.
That's it. All kids know how to do. I mean, it seems, I don't want to make any generalizing statements here, but it seems like everybody knows how to pull internet scams.
Internet bullying.
What's that?
Internet bullying.
Yeah. Zuckerberg just testified before Congress and got the crap beat out of him today.
Really?
I didn't know that. I didn't know this was going on, but yeah, Zuckerberg showed up in Congress today just with, I guess, all these parents who have kids who've committed suicide and, whether it be from online bullying, and they just let him have it. We're in a different era, man. A different era. Kids need to figure out how to do stuff that's fun.
And parents need to recognize, when their kids immersed in social media and lives and dies by their fucking likes, take some responsibility for being a parent, not try to dish out blame on everybody.
Yeah. I think that's our generation that started doing that to our kids.
Yeah. Yeah, the original helicopter parents.
Well, I think we wanted, I mean, at least in my case, I wanted my kids, I didn't want my kids to have to go through, my parents just shamed us. Just constant freaking waterfall of shaming. Like, you're going to be a loser. You're going to this. You're going to that. It's like they didn't do anything with us. They didn't take time to, I went on one family vacation with my parents. One.
Jeez.
To Laguna Beach. I think my dad had a freaking casino tournament or something down there. Who knows?
Oh my God.
But
a bad parent.
I swear, I think we all just went we want to give our kids more than we want to be nice parents. We want to be friends with our kids. And we just gave them everything. We just handed our kids everything they wanted. Yeah. And now they're doing it to their kids and their kids. And now kids today, I think, just think that they're entitled to everything because we gave it to them. Oh. You want to know, I looked up that show you told me about.
Naked Attraction? I call it Naked and Afraid.
I cannot believe
profiles. But we have a more instinctive way to find love.
Yeah.
Tonight, a bartender, a community worker, and a retail manager, a stripping bear to attract the perfect partner.
All right.
Because we like to start where a good date ends.
Fantastic.
It's a penis and it's in my face.
Naked.
So is it just totally...
What? I know.
Is it just totally okay to show nudity on TV? Okay.
Give me a little wiggle.
Apparently, yeah.
Help you find the one.
You look at that and think, I want to get the helmet on and
Just BBC or what?
Entirely unfiltered.
do with a gooch piss.
But they have ad
What do men
breaks
and women really
on the
find
show
attractive?
in the UK.
I'm actually still a virgin.
We're looking for a third partner.
And
Let's say naked attraction first.
it's
Let's find out
craziest
by dating in reverse.
mix of people.
So I didn't watch a show.
Is naked attraction.
Have you watched an entire show?
I've watched 3 seasons.
You watched 3 seasons.
Welcome to Naked Attraction, a dating show with more
Yeah.
laughs and growth.
So what do they do? Is it like it is a dating show, but you're picking your date based upon looking at their genitalia?
Well, at their whole naked body, and at the end, so you whittle it down from 6 to 1 person. You eliminate the first person based on from the waist down, the second person from here down, and the third person from their whole entire body, face and all, and then the last three, you hear their voices and eliminate one more from that, and then it comes down to the last two people, and then the picker has to get naked, tit for tat, as it were.
Oh, so that guy at the end of the show has to get naked and show himself?
Yeah, there's fair. And then he picks his match, and they go on a date, and they follow them on the date, and the range of awkwardness is 0 to 100, and then they have a follow-up with that, like a few weeks later. They ask them, how'd the date go? Have you seen each other since? And it's hilarious because they come up with the lamest excuses, and they ghost each other. A couple people have even no-showed to the studio interview, and then a few people have had like true love, and it's really sweet, and literally everything in between. But more often than not, it's a really awkward post-date meetup.
I mean, it has to be essentially like just the shock value. Just the fact that there's naked people communicating with each other on TV has to be what everybody's watching here.
For sure. An opportunity to see naked people, and
God, are we gonna get busted for freaking broadcasting live like this, like naked images? Is there a freaking age limit on the internet?
No.
Am I breaking the rules here?
I mean, you can see everything on the internet, but
I'm definitely picking number 3.
On Instagram.
I can eliminate all but one just looking at those shots.
Oh yeah, for sure. Some of them are just busted, but you really have to admire the bravery to get buck naked and then be judged on camera on international television. It's being seen worldwide
because HBO picked it up.
Yeah, so it's streaming on HBO Max, or Max they call it now.
Right.
You go ahead and get rid of 45 years worth of brand recognition and change your name at this point.
Well, I think I know why all the companies are doing that. They still have HBO, don't they?
Yeah.
But HBO is only the channel on cable that we know from the old days of the old clicker box that had like 100 channels on it. You go to HBO. Yeah. Everybody had to break off and spin off these new names in streaming so they can let the old company just die.
Yeah.
Without getting in any regulatory trouble. They always know how to get around the regulatory issues.
Right.
Okay, so this guy goes through... Now, wait, he gets to see her whole body?
Yeah. Yeah, they reveal a little bit of, each elimination. So what's he down to? 3 or 4 girls?
Oh my God, and they just have to stand there. There can't be a live audience on this one. Do they have a live audience?
Question. Probably. I don't think so.
Have you ever watched Naked and Afraid?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good when it first came out.
I feel like I can smell the television when I'm watching it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then they have these educational cartoons, based on something that a contestant said or is doing, or their body type or something. It'll go into the little educational cartoon and explain something to you to make it educational. People.
All in the name of education.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. They'll have some random fact about pubic hair or vulva.
Oh my God. I cannot believe you've watched, what, 3 seasons of that? It's actually TV that is, I mean, it must be entertaining.
It is entertaining. The best episodes are when so there's a guy picker and then a female picker. So you equal opportunity. You see 6 naked girls and then the naked guy that picks them. And then you see 6 naked dudes and the naked girl that picks them. But once in a while you get lucky and the girl is a lesbian. So you end up seeing 13 naked girls in one episode. That's the jackpot. That's what you want.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Am I gone?
But yeah, I recommend it. It's a train wreck, but there's a bunch of super brave naked people on the train.
That is just hilarious.
Comedy ensues.
How's it going at the propeller factory?
Propeller factory?
The Amazon, don't you guys make the carbon fiber propellers?
Oh, we make everything.
You make everything?
Yeah, I think I signed an NDA about Amazon stuff.
Oh, that's right.
But we do make all the body parts for a hypercar and a bunch of different aftermarket stuff for all kinds of sports cars.
So you're getting good at carbon fiber then?
Yeah.
I want to start digging into that a little bit.
Yeah, come up. I'll show you how the sausage is made.
I totally will. When's a good day to do that? Okay. Don't you guys work? Do you work 4 days a week, or are you on
every other Friday off?
Every other Friday?
Yeah.
So would like a Thursday midday, like on one of the days, like, is there just a lighter day?
No, but if you come towards the end of the day on any day, go through and then
okay,
go get drinks afterwards in the neighborhood.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to pull another
episode of Naked Attraction.
I'm just trying to see, like, why wouldn't there be anybody dropping into the X feeds? I'm just seeing like how many people drop into these. There's like none, 0. And it's weird because Twitter, there's like in all of Twitter or all of X, I guess. There's only 4 live broadcasts on right now, period. That's it.
Wow.
It's just kind of amazing how few people just drop in. I drop into live broadcasts all the time just to see what they're all about.
Well, wait till they see this episode, then they'll be following us.
Yeah, right. You gotta start somewhere, I mean, dude, more people need to start getting their voices heard. It's there's just way too many people not talking at all. In fact, I mean, I see it at the dog park all the time. All these people bring their dogs to the dog park, and then they stand around like in a circle. The dogs are in the middle, and nobody talks to one another.
Do you think that's the Seattle freeze?
The Seattle freeze?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Do you know about the Seattle freeze?
I haven't heard that.
It's a term coined by transplants that have had a difficult time integrating socially. And I would love to read up on it or hear theories about it. But
I don't know. I mean, I think COVID did it. So if there was a city, my theory would be then if a city's a little stuffy, like when I traveled the country, between 2001 and like 2014, like I covered all Western states west of the Mississippi. The night, you go to Utah. First of all, Utah has per capita the hottest girls in the airport, hands down.
Really?
Oh, hands down. I used to do the airport test, which is the airport test is you park yourself at a spot. If you have to kill time in an airport, go to like a major intersection where like you got to go through, to get to all terminals. So, kind of everybody has to go through there.
Sure.
And then you stand in a spot, just mind your own business and just watch people file through. And you just count how many, girls you think are hot.
Yeah.
And you give yourself like 5 minutes, and then however many you count in 5 minutes, you can see kind of what airports are, and Utah by far, Salt Lake Airport is by far, I mean, at least for a white guy, I guess. Yeah, it goes like Utah.
And every time consistently you're there.
What's that?
Every time you were there, it was consistently always.
I mean,
smoke shows.
I think I did it 3 times over the course of 10 years in Utah, and it always kind of came out to around the same number. The Newark airport is another one that has quite a few.
Really?
But yeah, Seattle? No. It's a whole different it's a whole different category.
Yeah. What about LAX?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of plastic surgery in LAX. I mean, a lot of, it's a different look down there.
Yeah.
Anchorage Airport is pretty decent, but Anchorage is kind of interesting in the sense that you go to Anchorage and it's going back in time 20 years. So all the girls have the styles, like in the early 2000s, they all have the styles from the late 80s. In the early 2000 teens, they had all the styles from the late 90s. So it's just like 15
So they're still
years
buying
behind.
bedazzled jeans.
Totally. Dude, Varnays were big up there until like 10 years ago still. The old like Varnays when we were kids, with the skis on the side.
Nice.
The hairstyles are all from the 90s, and yeah, it's weird.
I miss the big hair.
The bangs.
Yeah.
I know.
Got to go to Texas to get that now.
Oh yeah, you do get that in Texas a lot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the
Texas.
Higher the hair, the closer to Jesus.
The airports in Texas were also pretty good too.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Really good. A lot of cutoff jeans in Texas.
Oh, hey. Not bad.
Well,
but yeah, you gotta look up this Seattle freeze. We should find a couple articles and talk about it next time.
Okay.
I've heard theories about people competing for the opposite sex or for the high-paying jobs and freezing out potential competition. And, all the drivers here are passive-aggressive as hell. And that definitely jives with social awkwardness.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this. I mean, the Seattle, I did get into business with a couple people who were into Seattle politics, and canceling, just freezing people out, that is a strategy. That is something people do in Seattle. 100%. Maybe it was invented in Seattle. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah. All right, I'll do a little dive. You do the same, and see what we find.
I think we just, let's just keep doing this. Maybe we can get somebody else to join pretty soon. We'll go to the foretop and get some conversations going. More people need to just have conversation, dude. We got to get voices out, start talking about shit, and see if we can't break this Seattle freeze bullshit.
There we go. Break the cycle.
Yep. All right, man. Well, I'm going to run down and grab some dinner.
Enjoy.
Good talking to you, buddy. We'll talk soon.
You too, Dave.
Later, man.
Here. Good night.
Rocking down and down and well. Jammies, Randy. Oh, there's. my bed. Making my bed. You don't bring me flowers.